Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this program. I am Muhammad Nafizul Amin bin Azizan as your moderator for today. It's a big pleasure for me to be a moderator for this session, which will discuss about the good, the bad, and the ugly of social media towards the mental health. First of all, may I briefly introduce to all of you for our guests, which is the speaker for today that will discuss a lot of our topics. The first speaker for this session is Professor Nizam. Okay, Professor Nizam is someone who takes PhD in Human Behavior Study in University Kebangsaan Malaysia. He also have achieved a lot of awards with outstanding performance at there. Give a big applause to him.
Thank you, Mr.
Today he will discuss about the good of the internet. Speaker for the session is Dr. Syahmi, which is a fresh graduate from University Utara Malaysia. He is one of the youngest PhD holder in Malaysia. Give a big applause to him.
Thank you, Mr. Zul.
Okay, today he will discuss about the bad of the internet. The speaker will be Dr. Shafie, who is a lecturer in University Malaya. He has studied about the social psychology, about the human, especially teenager. He also has created his own book based on his study. Give a big applause. Today, he will discuss about the ugly of the internet.
Okay.
Without wasting time, I would like to give this stage to Professor Nizam to give his speech.
Okay.
And again, thank you for Mr. Zul. Okay, as we know, almost everyone have their own gadget to suffering internet. Okay, by using internet, we can get a lot of information only by clicking. And there also people that use social media as a platform for them make a living by starting an online business. Okay, it is because the social media can be used as one of the marketing branch also. So people who already have the business before, they can also use social media to make their business bigger. This is applicable because, as we all know, most people in the world have a phone to access the social media. So it's really help online merchants to find customer more easily. I think because of that situation also can increase the company of our country. Okay. In addition, social media is a platform for people to do such thing like share anything, create a blog, and so on. So social media was so important for people. We can add a new contact through the social media. For example, user can add contact through the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or more application. Okay, the social media application provide contact search capabilities, personal data displays, and photo and more. The social media also can be used to connect us with people who has long been separate. For example, Facebook been used for to keep track their old schoolmate, college friends, and anyone else. Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, Professor Nizam, for the detailed explanation. Now we will pass the mic to the second speaker that will discuss about the bad of the internet.
Thank you, Mr. Zul. So now I'll be continuing presenting about the bad side of media social, and there are a lot of things that is not quite good enough in everything, including social media. So there are certain things that makes a person or a bad impact towards the user itself. So the bad side of social media is that online and reality are two different things. So when social media is become an obsession towards the user, they will driven with the online with the virtual place dimension, to say that all they know is that they know how to communicate through social media, but they don't know how to communicate in real life. For example, uh, when you put a person with a gadget in by using a social media, they can interact with so many people, and yet when you put them in the same room with the person they know in the social media, they become very awkward. This can be applied to those who never confront with a person, even though the person itself is usually communicate with them throughout every single day in social media. But when you put them in the same room, they might be a bit awkward because all they do is just texting and read all their texts without making any expression. The second thing is social media is very addictive. Other than nicotine, social media or others internet website are very addictive. This is because that in social media, it is it is as if you are interacting with people, but not through all those senses. You just contact them or chat with them, communicate with them in a simple way through texts and calls. Maybe you're unable to see them how they are, you are unable to touch them. It's as if you are being fantasized with something that isn't real. That is in social media. It's very different from online from reality. And the addictive part of social media is that once you had used to it, you always want to check out your social media all the time, as if social media is something that you must check before you do anything. So my last point is that social media also may brought disease, mental illness, towards the user itself. For example, there's a mental disease called FOMO, short form for fear of missing out, which means they don't want to lose the track of trending that is happening in the social media. It's as if a teenager that wants to keep on with the trend by following what others people usually do. For example, in certain period of time, teenagers are mostly likely to expose themselves in social media with every single thing, and sometimes social media come out with another trend of fashion, so they are trying to follow all those trends, and it will make them as if I don't do this, or if I didn't know this, I will be left out, and it will give a bad image to them. So that's my point in the bad side of social media. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shahmi, for a great sharing. There's not only the bad things but also the ugly things, which means that the worst thing that internet can give to us. Next, we will pass the stage to our third speaker, which is Dr. Shafie, that will discuss about the uglier of the internet.
Thank you to Mr. Nafizul as our moderator today. You acknowledge me for asking me. It is true that the internet has many advantages, especially in modern times, and it's not bad at all, however. But however, the internet
also has another side that is the ugly side, which is like the dark side of the internet. For example, what is happening now is a bullying. Bullying is known as cyberbullying. The bully can bully someone he doesn't like just by using a cell phone or a laptop, writing a slander or insulting a person physical form and posting it on social media for public viewing. This is a dark and ugly side of the internet that has been around for a while now, as was the case is in a country outside of 16 years old. SH Hall, she went to meet a boy she knew in a chat room on a Sunday night. He believed he's 16, but the true age is 32. He got into his car and 24 hours later, his lifeless body was found in the ditch, clothed and fully clothed. This is especially dangerous for children and adolescents. According to statistics, every 7 minutes a child is bullied. Unfortunately, even intervention is rare, with an adult intervening is only 4% of case, and appear in 11%. And astonishing 85% of all cases of bullying are not addressed. Parents need to watch over your children and limit the use of the internet social media. So what the impact and what steps can be taken to control children, teens and adult from getting caught up in the dark and ugly side of the internet. The effect of ugly things like cyberbullying, scams and keyboard warriors will have a lot of impact on the perpetrator of the victim. As a result, the perpetrator may be arrested by the authorities and subject to punishment, damage to family image, loss of self-esteem, and loss of employment. The harm to the student, physical or emotional harm to the student, property, loss of self-confidence, depression, and most of all is suicide. So it's clear that this dangerous and needs to be addressed. Parents needs to play a role of monitoring their children's behavior. Another way is to set the right boundaries when you give your child the first phone. Set parental control on his own or her phone, which access to their password, their email, their number phone, to manage their contact every day and control their usage of internet. Phone should be charged somewhere other than their room at night, and phone should be shut off an hour or two before bed. Have conversation with your children on why something should be kept private. Take time to actively engage with your kids face to face and be aware of privacy concern and cyber security issues. I think that's enough for me. I give the impact, how to control your child using internet. So I think that's enough for me. Use the internet the best and stay safe, guys. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shafie. It's a great sharing that a lot of new things that we got. Hopefully everyone will realize about this. Internet also give a big impact that can bring to suicide because of cyberbullying, such as body shaming. Now we are going to have a break before we are going for a Q&A session. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we are come to the question and answer session. There will be 2 sessions and each session for the 3 questions. Don't forget to mention your name and also which position are you. Okay, so let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we are come to the end part of our forum. we would like to say thank you again to our speaker for the formative and interesting talk, and also not to forget to our audience for active participating during Q&A question. Hopefully this sharing will be beneficial for everyone. Give a big applause to all of you. Thank you for your attention. Now I'm ending with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.